Fordham here. We're going to talk polynomial division of two terms. And I will warn you right now, this is probably the toughest algebra concept I teach. It's pretty difficult. So you're going to have to practice with this a good amount and definitely make sure to check your answers often, which I will happily show you how to do. So what we have here is x squared minus 3x minus 10 divided by x plus 2. Now, when we did one term, this was easy. We made everything a fraction. Doesn't work so well with two terms. So whenever you see more than two terms, you should instantly be thinking long division, which I know is just everyone's favorite style of math. So we need to go ahead and set up our long division. So off to the side here, I'm going to go ahead and get it ready. So we're going to do x plus 2 on the outside. And on the inside, we're going to just do the polynomial that was there. So x squared minus 3x minus 10. All right, here's how this works. For right now, I'm going to completely ignore the plus 2, and I'm just going to focus on x. What I need to do is I need to figure out, what do I multiply x by so that it looks like x squared? Well, if I have x, and I need it to look like x squared, I multiply it by x. Now, what I usually do is right underneath it, I write x. Okay? And I do that because that reminds me, I'm going to take this up here and multiply it by x. So what you're going to do, and just to show that there's still a separation line, you're going to subtract. Now, x times x is x squared. And then plus 2 times x is really going to be 2x. But since we're subtracting all this, this positive actually becomes negative. You could almost look at this like saying, hey, I originally had x times x plus 2, but I'm subtracting that. So when you distribute it, it becomes negative x squared minus 2x. That's where this comes from in there. So now what you have to do is clean it up. Well, x squared minus x squared goes away. That was easy. And then negative 3x take away 2 more x would be minus 5x. Cool. Now, what we do here at this negative 10 is we bring it down. Kind of like what you usually did in regular long division, where you brought down the numbers to the next or a 0. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out, what do we multiply x by so that it looks like negative 5x? Well, x already looks like x, but the 1 in front doesn't look like negative 5. So what we're actually going to multiply by is negative 5. So this is really going to become minus negative 5x minus negative 10. And again, just to show that earlier. So what I did was I said, we have negative 5, we're going to multiply x plus 2 by, which is negative 5x minus 10. But the problem is we're doing subtraction. So we're eventually going to subtract this. So this is really minus 5x minus 10. And hopefully the good math people out there are kind of realizing that it's really weird to write this as minus negative. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and change it to a positive, because that's exactly what it is. So it's really plus 5x plus 10. And when we clean that up, this becomes 0 plus 0. Everything's gone. So the answer is x minus 5. Now, again, that might have been absolutely mind-blowing, and I understand. But fortunately with this stuff, it's actually fairly simple to check. What I'm going to do is take what I divided by and multiply it by my answer. I should get the original polynomial inside. So let's take a quick look. So we're going to go ahead and do x plus 2 and x minus 5. And since this is two binomials, I can FOIL. X times x is x squared. Outsides would be minus 5x. Insides would be plus 2x. And last would be 10. And when I clean that up, x squared minus 3x minus 10. Oh, look, it's the same polynomial. So I did it right. All right, let's take a look at another example here. So I've got x squared plus x minus 6 divided by x minus 2. Again, we have two terms here, so like I said earlier, we're going to go ahead and do long division. So let's set it up. So on the outside, we're going to have x minus 2, and draw the division bar. And on the inside, we're going to have x squared plus x minus 6. All right, so again, we need to think about, what do I multiply x by so that it looks like x squared? Well, that's pretty easy. Then I don't have to worry about any numbers in front. I just have to multiply by x. And again, I'm just going to draw these little extra dashes to show some division, separation between the two sides. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply by x. Well, x times x is x squared, and negative 2 times x would be minus 2x. But again, we're subtracting. So in reality, this is a negative, and minus a negative becomes a positive. Now, when I clean this up, x squared minus x squared, this goes away. And x plus 2x becomes 3x. And then you just bring down the minus 6. So now I need to think to myself, okay, I already did this part, so I'm cool here. We can actually even put that up top and say x. He just went there. But now I need to think about, how do I make x look like 3x? Well, I don't have to multiply by x because x and x were good. But I need to multiply 1 by something so that it's 3. And it turns out I'm going to multiply by 3. 3 times x is 3x. And negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. But again, we are subtracting. So this is really minus 3x and minus negative 6, which becomes positive. So 3x minus 3x, that becomes a 0. And negative 6 plus 6, that also becomes a 0. There's nothing else to bring down, so we get our answer of x plus 3. It's as simple as that. Is it always going to be that easy? Nope. Come on, it's algebra. If we made everything easy, and no one else would do it. All right, let's take a look at this third example. And I'm actually just going to set it up right in front here. So I'm going to work with what I have. So 2x plus 1 divided into 2x squared plus 5x plus 2. We need to take 2x and make it look like 2x squared. Well, we don't have to worry about the number in front because 2 already equals 2. That's actually going to be pretty simple. So not to worry. But we need to make x look like x squared. So what we actually multiply by is x. Now, 2x times x is 2x squared. And 1 times x is x. But this is subtraction. So this is really minus 2x plus negative x. When I clean that up, I'm going to get 0 over here. 5x plus a negative x is 4x. And I'm going to bring down a 2. Alright, so now I need to make 2x look like 4x. Well, again, x is already set up. I'm good. I don't have to do that. But 2 needs to become a 4. Well, that's actually pretty easy. You just multiply it by 2. So 2x times 2 becomes 4x, and 1 times 2 becomes 2. And again, we are subtracting. So all the signs flip around. So when I clean this up, 4x minus 4x cancels out, and 2 plus negative 2 also cancels out. So we are left with the answer of x plus 2. Thanks for watching.